NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. We can hardly wait for the start of this one, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get.
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. In this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on. Because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. 2
yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Jameis to throw it. Out to the right here to Wilson. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Now Winston. Going right back to Wilson. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. A give up the middle to Akers. Fighting to stay. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Cam Akers taking it in from the 20. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they changed their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. He'll drop to throw. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
Well, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Slot man moves right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll set up a throw. He's got it. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards on the play as they pick up the first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 42 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. They'll try to throw now. Winston. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Goes to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought down the following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing, Winston. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, That D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And all the way down to the 26. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 5, 2nd and 4. And it's a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys have taken the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe we'll get this game tied up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the give, this is Akers. We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Keon Coleman, 56 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they get on that play.
Cisco right there to knock that ball free.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Shifts by him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. Oh, good move. 54 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Winston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On play action, Winston. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, Winston. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jameis Winston. A 12-yard touchdown run. And his guys are going to take the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Throw complete to Bell.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 18 yards and a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
2nd and long. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back, Cam Akers.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now Winston. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
This one finds Wilson downfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
McPherson now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive, 4 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going up top. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Drop just inside the 20. 2nd down and 6 now. Back to throw again. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the 1st half. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. Extra point by York is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Shifts past him at the 45.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and Jameis Winston set to
the offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Here's Akers.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Going right back to Akers.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive, and there's the running back, Cam Akers.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Jameis to throw it. Coleman has it here right side. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Here's Winston.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They go play action. Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Play fake. Winston. And it's caught. Touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And his guys are going to take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
McPherson on for the point after.
It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. 5 plays there on that drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying?
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Throwing, Winston. It's brought in by Wilson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll run this with Akers. Stays on his feet.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Winston now. Over the middle, complete. That's Coleman. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're...
Now the ball comes loose, and the defense will get their hands on it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The York on now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Well, now how about this return? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this a very important drive leading to the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. 103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Winston. This one complete to Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Winston. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. This 2nd and 4. Now Winston. To the right side, it's Kelsey. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a run with Akers. Stops short of the 25, and that 2nd effort got him a couple extra. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Winston. That's out to the flat for Akers. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group More than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all.
Touchdown! Travis Kelce from 8 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And the lead is up to 14. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
He'll drop to throw.
Now he's free to midfield. He's to the 15.
And touchdown! A big play there. 81 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Visitors 42.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Oh, some strong running.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And a loose football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Third down and 1.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Following the interception, Winston. And he is going to lose yardage here.